Keep Right with Ralph K. Ginorio. Victory is only the beginning. Tuesday, November the 5th, 2024, constituted the greatest election landslide since Ronald Reagan won 49 out of 50 states in 1984. As I speak, the American people have entrusted President Donald J. Trump with a mandate to restore American greatness. The fundamental reduction of the scope and power of the federal bureaucracy that is necessary to achieve this objective has been made possible by the simultaneous election of a Republican majority in the United States Senate and likely also in the United States House of Representatives. After a full term as president and then 4 years of systematic persecution, President Trump is uniquely able to undertake this mission. He has been through the fire and understands both who not to trust and how to apply the power of the office of the President of the United States. Though still his exuberant self, Trump has been sobered by the enormity of his task. Pain has rendered him wiser, and the experience of having many of his illusions stripped away has made him more capable. The sheer destructiveness of the globalistic, environmentalist, and woke agenda to the livelihoods and sensibilities of the vast majority of the American people awakened a shared sense of danger that brought about this victory. Under Biden and Harris, we could not avoid the realization that our president was serving something other than America's best interests. Everything, from the American dream to the innocence of childhood, was under such a persistent assault that real damage has been done to each and every one of us. Today's Democrat Party is led by actual Marxists. Like all communists, they endeavor to employ the coercive power of government to control everything that they possibly can. On Election Day, every non-socialist American has come together to say a definitive no to being censored, regulated, and infantilized by an unelected elite and their willing agents in the administrative state. We expect President Trump to fulfill his promise, assisted by conservatives as well as moderates and genuine liberals. Be clear that this restoration is much more than the fulfillment of solely conservative ideals. In order for conservatism to thrive, we must rebuild a robust constitutional order that restrains government from suffocating the minds, hearts, spirits, and bodies of a free people. For Americans to breathe freely in liberty, the people must restore their control over government as the servant of the people and not their master. The decentralization of power away from the federal bureaucracy to the states and people respectively is the key to reclaiming our free speech and free market. This uniquely American demand to be unshackled from the constraints of a communitarian mediocrity has always been and remains the irreplaceable key to a vibrant culture and material prosperity. Our inalienable and God-given right to life, liberty, and property are irreconcilable with any form of socialism. The success of one is the death of the other. Socialists solve all problems by controlling people. Free people always and everywhere do better when we solve our own problems. Trump understands that he himself can only make America great again by dismantling the regulatory restrictions that have increasingly stymied the creativity and enterprise of each individual American. We are all best served when each of us can boldly pursue our own big dreams without being hemmed in by the unimaginative fearfulness of those who cannot share in our inspiration. True greatness is found in solving problems with imagination and not compulsion. No, our Marxian neighbors will not reflect on why their vision was so thoroughly rejected by the American people. To believing socialists, their rectitude is self-evidently beyond question. Their worldview abides no dissent, like that of any cult. Communism is a faith without forgiveness, a satanic religion that places the leader, the party, and the government in the role of the Lord God Almighty. Everyone who dissents from their dogma is indeed to them deplorable garbage. They bemoan that these masses of unenlightened proles still have any say in how the world will be ruled. To them, it is America that is wrong and not themselves or their creed. Expect the Marxists who run today's Democrat Party to do anything necessary to stop Trump, expand the swamp, and enslave the very Americans who voted against them. This is what they crave to do. Expect them to be joined by self-interested government employees, corrupt plutocrats from around the world, and those timid souls who would prefer an easy slavery to a difficult freedom. The enmity of such people, totalitarian zealots and their corrupt collaborators, demonstrates the righteousness of America's cause. Conservatives, moderates, and traditional liberals accept this struggle to restore our American freedoms as the worthwhile crusade of our lifetime.